Just some beautiful lodge and a wonderful setting. It's really sad to see this happen.
Here is what remains of that historic Lutsen Lodge tonight. Overnight, nearly a dozen agencies tried to save this piece of North Shore history, now destroyed by flames. Good evening, I'm Dan Wolf. Laura's on assignment. Crews have been working all day to put out hot spots on that leveled building. Amazingly, no one was hurt in the massive fire. Our team has been there all day as the community grapples with this loss, and we have team coverage for you tonight. We begin with Northern News Now's Madison Green. She is live for us tonight in front of what remains of that historic and beloved lodge. Madison, still a ton of smoke coming from the buildings remains an hour ago. Is that still the case right now?
Dan, yes, it might be a little hard to see now that it's dark out, but there is still a lot of smoke. And there are even a few hot spots that are lighting up the night here. And I want to point out that that is almost 18 hours after the initial call was in. And last night's fire is not the first time that the lodge burned down. It's actually the third. The last time it burned down was in 1951, but the building was able to be rebuilt shortly after. And although what remains right now is mainly rubble, there is hope that the building will stand tall once again. The call came in around 12:30 Tuesday morning from the only person in the building, an overnight employee who saw smoke coming from the outlets in the lobby. When crews arrived, smoke engulfed the historic Lutsen Lodge. Flames soon followed.
It was uncontrollable, in my opinion, after that. There was no way I thought that was going to be contained.
Unfortunately for the lodge's general manager, Edward Venegas, he was right. Crews battled the flames for hours. While a general manager normally wants the lodge full, Venegas was thankful no guests were checked in.
Oh, very rare. Very rare to not have guests on it. It's a Monday night, which is quiet anyway, maybe a couple of guests, but rare to have zero.
Lutsen Fire Chief Stephen Duclos says they were prepared for the fire to occur at any moment in the 80-year-old wooden building.
It's been a concern in our department for a number of years. This is one that we come and tour and walk and kind of pre-plan and strategize how we're going to fight that fire if it did happen.
Chief Duclos and his crews were first to arrive on scene and were joined by several neighboring departments. Crews fought hotspots for more than 12 hours after the fire began. While the building is destroyed, the hope of one day making more memories at Lutsen Lodge is not.
We still have those rolled up architectural drawings, and we'll change the date and rebuild it with new building codes today, but we'll put that thing back.
This is still an active investigation, so there's no word just yet on what caused the fire, but we will keep you updated as we learn more.
Yeah, I gotta believe crews are going to be there for a long time, probably well into tomorrow, as you mentioned, with those hot spots still popping up tonight. Madison Green reporting live for us there in Lutsen. Thank you, Madison.